All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Chino Hills. How are you? Well, it's good to see everybody. We're glad you're here. Welcome to the 2025 Chino Hills State of the City Address. My name is Reggie Thomas, and I'm the chairman of the board of directors for the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. And we are so pleased to assist the city in coordinating this annual event. And we just want to thank you for joining us this evening. So before we begin, I'd like to ask a favor. I want to take a moment to just ask everybody to silence your phones or turn them off. And with that said, let's stand now for the invocation offered by San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department Chaplain Robert Hilton.
Good evening. I look at everyone out here, the community that is here tonight to serve this city of Chino Hills. Each of you, God has given a God-given gift to serve, to take people that are in their city having issues, driving them to their VA appointments. You have a gift that you have been blessed with. Your people in your community, get out and talk to them. You may find out they cook a good stew or a pie somehow, but reach out to them. They may need prayer. They are your family. Remember that. Jesus, I thank you for this city. I thank you for the mayor. I thank you for the city officials and what you're about to do. Lord, as we look at putting pieces together, put us together spiritually in your precious and holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Hilton. Would you remain standing for the presentation of the colors by Joint Honor Guard of Chino Valley Fire Department and also the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and the national anthem sung by Chino Hills resident Summer Woods.
Ready? Halt. Left. Face. Present. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, you can be seated. Wasn't that a great performance? Thank you, Summer, and thank you to our fire district and sheriff's department. At this time, I want to just say a few words about the chamber and in relationship to this event. The chamber works in partnership with the city to support our business community in so many different ways. We host weekly breakfast meetings, business workshops, roundtables that address issues and promote solutions. We support workforce development, and we offer Chino Valley businesses resources. So my fellow chamber board of directors, our staff, our volunteer ambassadors, and all of our business members are an incredible group of people who dedicate their time and expertise to strengthening our business community. So we're all lucky to live in such a great city like Chino Hills. It's an amazing committee, great place to live and work and play. So at this time, I'd like to take a moment to introduce our elected officials who are joining us here tonight. So if you've ever attended a chamber event, you know how we do this. We do one clap applause for introductions. So we do that in the interest of time. So as I call their names, you'll give them one clap. So I don't trust you, so we're gonna practice, all right? On the count of three, we're gonna just do one clap just to kind of get used to this because it's gonna take a while to do it, all right? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Wasn't perfect, but it'll do, all right? Let's start with the city of Chino Hills. And the reason we're all here tonight, Mayor Art Bennett and his colleagues on the city council, Vice Mayor Brian Jose, Council Member Ray Marquez, y'all are doing great, Council Member Cynthia Moran, Council Member Peter Rogers, City Manager Ben Montgomery, San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department Deputy Chief Ernie Perez, and Chief of Police Captain Al Gerard. And now, from the area elected officials, San Bernardino County 4th District Supervisor Kurt Hagman, the City of Chino Mayor Eunice Uloa, Council Member Curtis Burton, Council Member Christopher Flores, City Manager Linda Reich, and Chief of Police Kevin Menson. Really? I thought we practiced that. And now the Chino Valley Fire District, President Sarah Ramos Evinger, Vice President Mike Krieger, Director Tom Howie, Director Harvey Luth, Director Andrew Romaine, and the Fire Chief Dave Williams. Inland Empire Utilities Agency, Director Steve Eli. Not Ellie, okay? I got that right. Monte Vista Water District, President Sandra Rose, Vice President Michael Milheiser, Director Tony Lopez, Director Manny Martinez, General Manager Justin Scott Coe, and from our neighboring cities, City of Diamond Bar, Mayor Chia Yu Ting. And then representatives of our area elected officials, representing Congresswoman Young Kim, John Ding, and representing Senator Kelly Soyardo, Braxton D. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Let's give them a round of applause. So, the city of Chino Hills is an amazing city, and tonight we get a chance to celebrate the history, the present progress that we're making, but also we get a chance to get a vision and glimpse of the future. And so we're here this evening for Mayor Bennett's address. Before he joins me on stage, I want to tell you a little bit more about him. Typically when I introduce people, I usually like to take digs. I thought about it all day long since he's the mayor and I'm a peon. I might need the man someday, so I'm going to be nice. But Mayor Bennett was first appointed to the city council in 2008 and has been reelected 4 times since then. He's currently serving his 4th term as mayor. His contributions to Chino Hills go all the way back to 1993. That was a slip, okay? Right. So it goes all the way back to 1993 when he helped develop the city's first general plan as a key member of the General Plan Advisory Committee. In 1995, he was appointed to the Planning Commission, where he served for 14 years, including 3 terms as chair. So if you think Chino Hills is developed carefully and thoughtfully, well, you can pretty much thank him for that. He represents the City Council as the liaison to our Chino Valley Fire District, the Chino Valley Unified School District, and he's on the schools district's Measure G Oversight Committee. He has also served as former chair of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, past members of local school boards, booster clubs, led his neighborhood homeowners association, coached youth soccer, and even served as a club's scout cub master. Professionally, he spent 45 years working in the field of property tax as a corporate consultant and vice president of National Property Tax Services. He's also a proud veteran, served in the Army during the Vietnam War. He and his wife, Nikki is here this evening. We're glad to have her. They've been married for 58 years. That sounds impressive, and you're clapping, but she told me earlier that 5 of them have been pretty good. Together, they've lived in Chino Hills for 34 of those years, raised 2 children, and are now proud grandparents and great-grandparents. Mayor Bennett has always believed in the power of community, and that is a value that guides him to this very day. And as I've lived in Chino Hills for the past 25 years, I've come to love him and appreciate him, and so proud, Mayor Bennett, that you're our mayor. So come and let's give him a warm welcome as he comes to the podium.
Thank you, sir. I think I said thank you. That's what happens. You know, when a few years from now, I think we ought to do a stand-up thing together. I think we could probably do that. Who knows? We are here this evening. Excuse me. Forgot to flip the page. Sorry about that. Now we'll get this thing moving. Thank you, Reggie. I really do appreciate that. I thank you for all of you for joining us at this year's annual State of the City Address. And before I go any further, I gotta get my knees to quit knocking. I've done this before, and you know, it's funny. All of our council members have been mayor before, and this is such an impressive thing, and it's such an important time, and it's kind of the culmination of a lot of hard work by our staff to get to tonight, so I don't want to screw it up. Before we jump in, I'd like to introduce a few of our special guests this evening. First, my wife, Nikki. She, at 58 years next month, actually, I'm fortunate that she doesn't want to retrain someone else, so I think she's going to stick with me for hopefully many, many more. And I'd like to express my thanks to all of our city council spouses. We could not do our job without your support. We are also joined tonight by retired council members, Ed Graham. Ed, would you raise a hand? Ed served 26 years on the city council, was part of that very first council when we were voted in to become a council back in 1991. And he's the one of the original 5 that got us initially started. Also, Gwen Norton Perry. Gwen, she never wants to stand up, but I know you're out there. And she has this distinction of being the very first mayor of Chino Hills. So, Gwen, thank you very much. We also have Kurt Hagman, who is now our 4th District Supervisor. And Kurt, a special thank you to you, because when you left the city and went to the legislature in 2008, I was able to fill the big shoes that you left on the city council. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to serve on this wonderful city council. I appreciate it. And from our city's leadership program, we have Assistant City Manager Rod Hill, City Clerk Cheryl Balls, Community Development Director Nick Ligore, Community Services Director Jonathan Marshall, Finance Director Krista Buhaga, and Public Works Director Daniel Bogavia. The city also has a dedicated group of residents who serve on our 3 commissions: Planning, Public Works, and Parks and Recreation. Will our city commissioners please stand if you're in attendance? The countless hours that they put in behind the scenes, they're not out there in the public, but they are coming up with anything that's going on in the city. One of those 3 commissions are going to hear about it, and they make those recommendations to the city council. So their work is absolutely invaluable in keeping us on track and keeping the city going the direction that all of our residents want it to. I'm really excited to be giving this State of the City address. It's been almost 10 years since I last delivered one, and this would have been my 4th address as mayor had I not missed giving one during my last term in 2020 due to COVID. This event allows us to reflect on all we have accomplished over the past year and focus on some of the pieces of progress that have contributed to our success. Each piece, whether it's our parks, public safety, roads, businesses, and most importantly, the members of our community, fit together to reveal the bigger picture that is Chino Hills, one that reflects a vibrant and thriving city. Excuse me. And it's not gin. Those of you who know me, I don't drink. But I'm a cheap person going after a laugh, so got to break the ice a little bit. We are a community made up of residents, business, and community leaders, and staff who take great pride in our city. Over the last 12 months, we have invested millions in community services, brought on our new water treatment plant online, welcomed dozens of new businesses, hosted hundreds of classes, programs, and special events, and we've come together to plan for emergencies and wildfires. The community's continued success reflects a thoughtful and strategic approach to maintaining and enhancing infrastructure, financial stability, and growth. Tonight, we will be highlighting how together, one piece at a time, we continue to build upon our progress. Let's take a look at our video.
Like a puzzle, every project, every initiative, and every community member plays a vital role in shaping the bigger picture of Chino Hills.
Hello, Chino Hills. I'm Mayor Art Bennett, and welcome to the 2025 State of the City Address. Together, we will look at the pieces of progress we put into place over the last year and the exciting future we continue to build together. Each piece, whether it's strengthening public safety, enhancing our parks and community spaces, improving infrastructure, or supporting local businesses, fits together to create a stronger, more connected city.
Every great puzzle starts with the vision of the final picture. And for Chino Hills, that vision is a connected community where families, friends, and neighbors come together. Parks, community spaces, recreational facilities, and our trails and open spaces are some of the most important pieces in that picture. They are where lifelong memories are made, where kids take their first steps on a playground, where families gather to celebrate life's special moments, and where friendships form over a shared love of sports and the outdoors. Our City Council understands how a strong community and recreation programs enhance the quality of life for our residents. That's why each year we choose to make a significant investment of over $6 million into our community services programs.
On top of that, we continue to recognize the need to enhance our existing spaces and made additional investments into our parks and recreational spaces.
This month, we will complete the final phase of the $8 million Community Park Rehabilitation Project. Major highlights of the project include replacing all the artificial turf in the outfields, converting all infields, and expanding the parking lot to add 80 new spaces to welcome more families, friends, and visitors to this community space. Thank you to our County Supervisor Kurt Hagman for his continued generosity to our city and his support of $250,000 towards this project. After many years of discussions and working with the community, the hockey rink and pickleball courts at Grand Avenue Park received a much-awaited refresh and maintained its space as a multi-use amenity for hockey, pickleball, and roller derby. And for those who prefer to play pickleball at Villano Park, we have also expanded the parking lot to add 15 new spaces so more people can spend time enjoying the park amenities instead of looking for a parking space. Looking ahead, we are excited to add a new central piece to our city, a second community center, and our first splash pad at Pinehurst Park. This major investment will provide a state-of-the-art recreational space where families can gather, take a break from the summer heat, enjoy community programs, and also serve as a secondary evacuation center on the south side of Chino Hills in the event of a large-scale emergency.
Well, first identified as one of the Council's priorities during a strategic goal-setting workshop, this idea will become a reality thanks to the generous $10 million funding from San Bernardino County Supervisor Kurt Hagman and the Board of Supervisors.
Of course, it's not just about the spaces we create. It's about the experiences and memories we make there. With every event, every park, every trail, and every new addition, together we are putting the pieces together to make Chino Hills a lively and more connected community. Our Chino Hills Police Department and Chino Valley Fire District create the strong foundation for the safety we enjoy here in Chino Hills. Public safety is not just about responding to emergencies. It is also about preparing for them before they happen.
And as a community who has experienced wildfires in our city before, we all know the importance of being ready. Earlier this year, we all witnessed the devastating wildfires across Los Angeles, which were a stark reminder of the risks we face here at home.
Many in Chino Hills also experienced public safety power shutoff events, where high winds and fire danger led to power outages, and for some over multiple days. These moments reminded us how important it is to be prepared.
To help residents stay informed and ready, we hosted a wildfire preparedness meeting. This meeting brought together the community, city officials, our police and fire departments, and Southern California Edison.
We discussed evacuation plans, defensible space, water supply and fire hydrants, and the city's emergency preparedness. In an emergency, we know that every second counts. So our city team also worked to launch a new emergency alert mass notification system. The new system ensures real-time emergency alerts can be received in over 60 languages, ensuring that every resident gets the information they need when it matters most.
But public safety isn't just about preparation. It's about making proactive investments that protect and strengthen our community.
The Chino Valley Fire District remains ready to respond to wildfires and other emergencies, and we continuously conduct rigorous training year-round to ensure we are prepared for any situation.
We have all witnessed the devastation that wildfires can bring, threatening our homes, our open spaces, and even our lives. We saw it in Los Angeles County, and we've seen it here in our own backyard. These moments remind us that we cannot wait until disaster strikes. We must be ready.
Last May, we joined the Chino Valley Fire District Board to break ground on Fire Station 68 at the corner of Soquel Canyon Parkway and Pipeline Avenue. This new station is a crucial addition that will allow our fire personnel to improve response times and better protect our hillside neighborhoods from the threat of wildfires.
This year, the Fire District oversaw the public review and adoption process of CAL FIRE's updated fire hazard severity zone maps for its local responsibility areas, which includes Chino Hills. The updated maps classify a majority of Chino Hills to be under some threat from wildfires and included in one of the 3 fire zones ranging from moderate, high, and very high.
But it's important to know that Chino Hills has long been proactive in addressing the threat of wildfire. The city has a long-standing designated fire hazard overlay incorporated into its development code, which already covered over 19,000 acres of newly released fire hazard severity zones. This fire hazard overlay has played a critical role in ensuring that development in these areas followed stricter building standards and fuel modification that is intended to provide a greater level of fire protection for properties in a wildland-urban interface.
Beyond fire safety, we also introduced the city's first Safe Station Tower at Grand Avenue Park, making a life-saving emergency AED accessible to the public in the event of a sudden cardiac arrest.
Thanks to the generous support of the Chino Valley Fire Foundation and the Chino Hills Community Foundation for making this resource possible. A second Save Station is already planned for Community Park to expand life-saving access at our most attended facilities.
Every decision we make today lays the foundation for a safer city, ensuring that Chino Hills remains a place where families feel secure, businesses can thrive, and neighbors watch out for one another.
Our Chino Hills Police Department takes pride in always looking for ways to better serve our residents.
We are using what we learned from the wildfires in Los Angeles to reevaluate our citywide evacuation plans and look for any improvements that can be made, especially in our more congested areas like Carbon Canyon.
This past year, we also took an important step to add 2 new positions to the police department to further enhance public safety. We welcomed a new crime analyst to the police department to analyze and identify crime trends in our community before they escalate. We also assigned a new crime prevention specialist to serve as a dedicated liaison and strengthen our partnerships with businesses, schools, and neighborhood watch groups.
Like many communities across Southern California, we have had our share of residential burglaries committed by sophisticated, organized theft crews utilizing the latest technology to stake out targets and disrupt security systems.
We have also experienced a growing number of fraudulent schemes by criminals playing on the vulnerability of our elderly and most susceptible citizens. The new police positions provide the resources needed to stay ahead of evolving crime trends and proactively prevent criminal activity in our community.
We also held a crime prevention symposium, specifically reaching out to our Asian community and bridging the gap to ensure they are well informed and feel comfortable asking questions so we can meet everyone's needs. We introduced new patrol units with Mandarin language evacuation alerts, ensuring that all residents have access to critical safety information.
As the city continues to evolve, so does the need to reevaluate, work together, and implement new safety measures. In January, Chino Hills implemented new e-bike regulations, balancing the convenience of alternative transportation with the need to ensure safer public spaces for both riders and pedestrians. Each of these efforts is a piece of the bigger picture, a city that prioritizes safety, preparedness, and the well-being of every resident and visitor.
And none of this would be possible without the dedication and sacrifice of our police officers, firefighters, and all our emergency responders.
Their commitment, combined with the support and vigilance of our residents, is what makes Chino Hills not just a city, but a community that looks out for one another. Infrastructure might not always be the most visible piece of the puzzle, but it's one of the most important. We take pride in proactively investing in our water systems, roads, and essential services to keep our city running smoothly. A puzzle only holds together when every piece fits perfectly, and in our community, clean, reliable drinking water is one of the most critical pieces.
It has been a priority of our City Council to reduce our dependence on imported water and bring our city-owned wells back online. In 2022, we started construction on a new water treatment plant to do just that.
The treatment plant will be completed soon, and once operational, it will treat approximately 2,000 gallons of water per minute and produce nearly 3 million gallons of clean water per day for residents. And when it comes to water reliability, we know that quick action and proactive maintenance is key.
This year, our staff responded to 3 unexpected water main breaks on Los Serranos Country Club Drive, Pipeline Avenue, and Chino Avenue, working around the clock to complete repairs and keep water flowing to homes and businesses.
These unexpected repairs are necessary to maintain this essential service, but they come at a significant cost. Combined, these 3 repairs cost the city $425,000, making it even more important to plan for long-term infrastructure funding, something we'll touch on more later.
Speaking of water, we continue to make investments to reduce the city's reliance on potable water and keep our city more resilient during times of drought.
This year, we began 2 new projects to upgrade our recycled water infrastructure with new lines along English Road and Eucalyptus Avenue, bringing the city's total to 28 miles of recycled water lines. These projects are an $8 million investment to enhance the roadways and provide an environmentally sustainable source for irrigation. Once complete later this year, recycled water will be used for landscaping at some of the city's highest water consumption areas, including English Springs Park, Veterans Park, Crossroads Park, and allow for hookups to Ayala High School, Country Springs Elementary, and our equestrian properties along English Road. Thanks to County Supervisor Kurt Hagman for his support of $1 million towards these projects.
From water systems to our roads to playgrounds and community facilities, a city is only as strong as the infrastructure that supports it. We're making sure Chino Hills is built to last through significant investments and careful planning for the future.
Each year, we are committed to making a significant financial investment towards our street improvement projects to help extend the life of our roadways. Outside of the annual street improvement projects, we identify other areas to perform proactive maintenance. Over the last year, we identified $4.7 million in street improvements, including areas of Scenic Ridge Drive and Rimrock Avenue, Soquel Canyon Parkway, and Eucalyptus Avenue.
We continue to invest in our Los Serranos neighborhood. Since 2007, the city has invested around $28 million into Los Serranos.
Of that $4.7 million, $1 million was used to complete street, curb, and sidewalk improvements along Sierra Vista Drive and Del Norte Avenue. These projects make a real difference in ensuring smoother, safer commutes for our residents, whether they're traveling to school, work, or to see friends and family.
And there's more work ahead. This summer, we'll kick off another $6.5 million worth of street improvement projects.
Our annual street improvement project this year will be focused in neighborhoods south of Chino Hills Parkway, between Peyton Drive and Pipeline Avenue. And additional work will be done in areas of Sleepy Hollow and along Butterfield Ranch Road from Soquel Canyon Parkway to Pine Avenue. For pedestrian safety, we've made a key investment in a new pedestrian hybrid beacon at Boys Republic Drive. This crossing provides a safer way for pedestrians and motorists to navigate the intersection, especially for students who frequently use this intersection to walk to Ayala High School.
The McCoy Equestrian and Recreation Center has been the cornerstone of our equestrian and rural heritage for decades.
The city has been proud stewards of this facility since Frank and Helen McCoy generously donated it to the community in 1996. We are committed to maintaining its equestrian use. We continue to invest in the property and completed just over $350,000 worth of improvements this past year to regrade the rear dirt lot to better accommodate horse trailers, relocate the disabled access spots closer to the horse arenas, and slurry sealed and improved the parking lot. Piece by piece, we are building a city that will last for future generations. Whether it's improving roadways, ensuring clean and reliable water, or upgrading public spaces, these investments are the foundation that supports everything else we do as a city. A complete puzzle isn't just about stability. It's about continuing to build upon our progress and success as a community. This year, we continued attracting new businesses and saw residential developments resume.
In partnership with the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, we have welcomed an exciting lineup of new businesses over the last year, adding even more options for dining, shopping, and everyday needs.
Dave's Hot Chicken brought its popular fried chicken sandwiches to the Commons, along with Soup and Fresh, serving up soups, salads, and baked goods. Gusto's Italian Bistro at the Shops quickly became a community favorite, while Marugame Udon opened at Rolling Ridge Plaza, serving up authentic Japanese cuisine. Harbor Freight Tools opened in Crossroads Marketplace, adding another option for home improvements and our local builders. We also saw progress on larger commercial developments, such as the Costco Center remodel, which relocated and expanded the gas station and expanded the parking lot and food court.
Progress isn't just about new businesses, though. It's about the homes and spaces that shape our community. Chino Hills is a city that celebrates, embraces, and welcomes people of all faiths and backgrounds, and we are home to a diverse range of religious institutions.
Last year, we celebrated the opening of the Coptic Orthodox Church off Peyton Avenue, another addition to our diverse landscape of faith-based communities.
Chino Hills continues to be a place where people want to live and do business.
Since the city's incorporation, Chino Hills has been committed to thoughtful and well-planned development that balances the growth that comes with a thriving community while preserving the natural beauty of our green, rolling hillsides and open spaces.
We know that residents often have concerns when construction begins on new residential projects, and we share those same concerns on new developments. But many of these developments have been years, sometimes decades, in the making.
We don't have a say on when the developer chooses to develop their vacant land. Oftentimes, the land was designated for residential housing in the city's original specific plan, or even approved by the county before Chino Hills became a city. In Carbon Canyon, grading has recently begun for the Serenity Grove project, formerly known as Paradise Ranch, to construct 50 single-family homes off Canyon Hills Road. Meanwhile, at the Reserve at Chino Hills Apartments, 42 units were completed off Chino Hills Parkway near State Route 71, providing additional housing in the center of the city. In Los Serranos, 2 homes have been completed and will provide affordable home ownership opportunities for disabled veterans in need. The City of Chino Hills donated the land, and the homes were constructed thanks to Pomona Valley Habitat for Humanity, many volunteers, and donors.
Providing a range of housing options in Chino Hills is essential. It is so important to have options for our senior residents who have raised their families here and want to remain in the community they love.
That's why we've been working closely with a developer on a new senior housing project at the corner of Eucalyptus Avenue and Peyton Drive. We've selected C&C Development as the developer and are currently collaborating with them on a draft site plan to ensure this project meets the needs of our aging population while seamlessly fitting into our community. While we may see our city continuing to grow, our City Council is dedicated to ensuring developments are responsible. We are committed to preserving the vision our previous City Council members created at incorporation that has made Chino Hills such a special place to live. A puzzle isn't complete without the final piece, and for Chino Hills, that is fiscal responsibility and strong leadership.
The city's finances are the foundation of every decision we make. As a council, we remain committed to preserving the financial health of our city while ensuring that we continue to provide a safe place to live and the high-quality services our residents expect.
Thanks to the foresight and prudent decision-making of our current and previous city councils and leaders, Chino Hills has a long history of conservative fiscal management. And today, our general fund reserves total $33.3 million.
While balanced budgets and our general fund reserves are a number to be proud of, they have not come without trade-offs.
We have had to scale back or pause certain services and programs to maintain a balanced budget and protect our reserves. As we move forward, preserving these reserves long-term will require thoughtful and forward-thinking solutions. Costs for public safety, infrastructure, and essential services continue to rise, and we feel the effects of the ongoing landscape and lighting deficit in our annual budget.
We must explore alternative sources of local revenue to ensure we can maintain community needs without compromising service levels.
We take a proactive approach to financial planning each year, constantly reviewing our budget and adapting to today's needs.
We do quarterly budget reviews to make sure we always stay on track, identify any challenges early, adjust expenditures, and reallocate resources when needed. We ensure your tax dollars are being used as effectively, efficiently, and transparently as possible.
Our City Council and City staff have been proactive in seeking grants, partnerships, and state and federal funding opportunities to offset costs and maximize every dollar we spend.
In the past 5 years, we have secured over $12 million in grant funding to support critical projects and to reduce the burden on our local budget.
These funds have helped pay for portions of projects covered in this video and more, including road improvements, public safety enhancements, and our wildfire safety mitigation efforts that otherwise would have required local dollars.
We know that every dollar matters. That is why, as a council, we are actively engaged at the regional, state, and federal levels on over 50 boards, commissions, or committees outside of our normal council member duties.
In these roles, they advocate for state and federal dollars to be reinvested into our city and ensure that Chino Hills gets its fair share of the funding.
Our Legislative Advocacy Committee also works to actively address federal and state legislation that impact local control on a variety of topics and funding for cities like Chino Hills.
And through strong leadership, we have maintained stability. In November 2024, voters reaffirmed their trust in the city's leadership by re-electing council members Art Bennett and Cynthia Moran for another 4-year term. Piece by piece, we continue to build on our progress for a stronger, more resilient Chino Hills. From investing in our roads, facilities, and water systems, to welcoming new businesses and thoughtfully guiding development, every decision we make is about preserving the quality of life that makes our city so special.
But what truly makes Chino Hills exceptional isn't just the work that happens at City Hall. It's the people that call this city home.
It's our active and engaged residents, our volunteers, our dedicated community partners, and our shared commitment to making Chino Hills the best it can be. We are proud of the progress we have made this year, and we know there is more work ahead. But piece by piece, together we will continue to shape a bright future for Chino Hills.
Wow. It really is inspiring to sit here and watch all we can accomplish when we come together as a community. As you just saw, every initiative, every piece towards our progress, from upgraded recreational amenities and large infrastructure improvements to emergency preparedness and wildfire mitigation efforts, require not only strong leadership and collaboration, but sound fiscal management. Like many businesses and residents in Chino Hills, we are also feeling the effects of rising costs and inflation. Construction and material costs have in some cases doubled, which severely impacts our ability to maintain and repair our streets. Water reliability and infrastructure needs have grown as repairing and upgrading infrastructure have become more urgent. And most notably, the cost of maintaining our beautiful parks, trails, facilities, and open spaces have increased due to higher utility and maintenance contract costs. Our entire City Council is proud to say that we are served by the very best law enforcement agency in the nation, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. The decision to contract with the Sheriff's Department when we first incorporated was a wise fiscal management decision. We have a dedicated captain, command staff, and team of deputies who constantly look for ways to connect with the community and keep our residents, visitors, and businesses safe. And when needed, we have access to the large resources of the full San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. And remember, at 21,000 square miles that they represent, the largest county in the United States, that's a lot of resources that we have at our disposal. While the cost of police services is 32% of our general fund budget, we are committed to making sure our public safety personnel have the resources they need to protect all of us. Additionally, while their services are not funded through the city's annual budget, I would be remiss if I didn't also recognize that we are served by one of the very best fire departments, the Chino Valley Fire District. Just last week, our city council held a workshop to set next fiscal year's budget, which will be considered for adoption at our next monthly meeting, at our next meeting. And for the first time in the city's 34-year history, we will be looking to adopt an unbalanced budget. This is not something we take lightly. Chino Hills has long been known for its conservative fiscal management, built on councils before us and proudly maintained to this day by our current council. We remain committed to protecting our healthy reserves for emergencies and long-term needs. We have made some tough decisions in the current and past few years' budgets, including scaling back on pausing certain services and deferring projects. However, this year, preserving the quality of life we have come to expect in Chino Hills requires us to use reserves for operating expenditures. But as many in this room know, whether through business or personal experience, using reserves or savings to fund operating expenditures long-term is not sustainable. So how do we respond to this deficit? We do what we do best as a community. We come together, we get proactive, and we work together. Planning the city's long-term fiscal health and maintaining the quality of life in our community will require innovative solutions and the need to seek additional local funding sources for the years ahead. We look forward to the continuing of that conversation. Each year, when we present our State of the City address, we are reminded just how fortunate we are to serve a community with engaged and passionate residents who work alongside us to make this city, a place that we are all proud to call home. There are so many people who contribute to that effort, and we look forward to recognizing a few of them each year. Outside of our council, commissioners, staff, and civic leaders, there are a special group of individuals who contribute quietly behind the scenes without ever expecting recognition. Each year, each council member is invited to select an individual for this honor, people we like to call our unsung heroes. These unsung heroes do great work quietly, consistently, and without ever expecting recognition. Please help me begin by welcoming my honoree, David Kramer. How are you, brother?
King Arthur, I'm doing pretty good.
David is the eldest of 5 Kramer brothers whose family has stewarded Los Serranos Golf Course since the 1950s. And just this past April, Los Serranos celebrated its 100th anniversary. Yeah, how about that? Los Serranos has played an instrumental role in supporting the community, from welcoming our public safety agencies to host community meetings and regularly hosting charitable golf tournaments that benefit local causes. Their golf tournaments have helped raise funds for local organizations such as Boys Republic, the Chino Rotary Company, Club, and the Let It Be Foundation. David's dedication to philanthropy and community service extends beyond golf tournaments, though. He has been a long-standing member of the Chino Hills Community Foundation and has given generously through the Kramer Family Foundations to support local parks, schools, and organizations. But David will be the first to tell you he's no unsung hero. In fact, he thinks the real unsung heroes in this community are the parents working long hours, raising their families, and showing up day after day to make Chino Hills the great place it is. He considers himself lucky to give back to our community in the ways that he can, and says none of what would be possible without his wife of over 40 years, Rosie. David, I have barely touched on the surface of everything you do for our city, And we thank you for all of your service to our community. And it is my distinct pleasure at this time to present you with this Unsung Hero plaque as a result of your tireless efforts to make Chino Hills a better place and for always going the extra mile to make a difference with no exception of expectation of recognition. The City of Chino Hills is proud to honor you with the prestigious Unsung Hero Award on this 5th day of June, 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ed.
All right. Now, I know this is probably a mistake to say this, but do you have anything to say? Yeah. Step up there and let us know how you feel.
It's a great gift for one's lifetime to be spent in the Chino Hills, city of Chino Hills, California. And so with all gratitude, I want to salute all the friends and neighbors in this community, especially Brian, Art, Ray, Cindy, and Peter, my neighbor, and Nikki. When your husband's the mayor, it's a lot of time away from family matters. And so we're all grateful for you having to do the toughest job of all, keeping peace in this valley. And thank you, Art, for recognizing my heroes at home, my wife Rosie, my daughter Joanna, and Andrew Allison, and Andrew Kramer and his lovely fiancee Victoria. So glad to have you be here with me tonight with all these wonderful neighbors and friends. And let's do it again sometime.
All right. All right. Why don't you set that down for a second? And come on over here. We want to get a couple pictures.
Thanks, Art.
Oh, thank you. How about another big round of applause?
See you again.
All right. And as I was saying, thank you again for all that you do, David. And to Rosie, because we all know none of this can go on for what he does in this community without you and by himself. Next, I'd like to invite Vice Mayor Brian Joes up to the stage to recognize his unsung hero, Jeffrey Runtz. Jeff, please join us as well. All righty. Right over there.
Thank you, Mayor Bennett.
Yes.
My honoree is Jeff. He's lived in Chino Hills since 1998, and for the past 3 years, he's been a dedicated volunteer with the Chino Hills Police Department's Citizens on Patrol, or as many of you know, we call them the cops. He currently serves as vice commander and a field training officer, helping to train and guide new volunteers. In 2024 alone, Jeff logged over 1,400 hours, and he has already passed 500 hours in the first 5 months of this year. And as a cop, he regularly patrols our major shopping centers, schools, attends community events, and attends many of our HOA meetings. And I'm going to go off script on this one. It was fun. Come here, my man. So when we speak at our community, at our concerts, our community concerts, there's a dedicated spot for whoever is the dedicated person to speak on council. And I went to go turn left into the parking lot, and Jeff said, "Hey, I voted for you, but I don't care. You got to go make a U-turn up there." and I went,
Not moving these cones.
"Yeah, exactly. I'm not moving the cones." And I went, "All right, that's a dedicated man. I like it." So that's just the kind of dedication that Jeff and all of our COPs have. So just sorry for staff for going off script. He's built a strong relationship with our businesses, our schools, our neighborhoods, and he constantly gives back. Everything from working holiday events like Breakfast with Santa or food drives. Jeff is a 43-year member of the Knights of Columbus, and a parishioner at St. Paul the Apostle across the street, and serves on various committees at the parish as well. He and his wife Jody have been married for 46 years, and they've raised 3 daughters in Chino Hills, all of whom have graduated from Ayala High School, and they're proud grandparents to 7 grandchildren, and the oldest of which is just graduated from Chino Hills High. So he said, well, I'll let him say it, but he says he loves Chino Hills. What he loves about Chino Hills is the feeling the connection from the events that bring us all together. So, Jeff, I couldn't think of anybody better. Thank you for all your dedicated, hours, and it's truly a labor of love. These folks get nothing. They're there really just to serve all of us. So, Jeff, you represent so much. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Please.
Right over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't get the Madonna microphone like you. Oh, thank you.
All right, we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more real quick too.
Oh, one more. Oh.
Yeah, and then we'll let him get up there and talk. No. This is the staff's request. So. All right, now I think he has something to say.
I'll hold it for you. I'll give it back. You need both your...
No, just a few comments. First of all, I live in Bryan's district, and I said, in spite of this, I'll still vote for him. And I can kind of...
I nominated him.
And I can kind of second what David had to say. I think we receive these awards find this maybe a little bit embarrassing because volunteering itself is the reward. I enjoy volunteering. I've got countless hours at the church and for the city, and that's what I want to do. But I'm still taking that home. It's still going with me. We like to be unsung. But 2 people I don't want to be unsung is, first of all, Captain Gerard, who without his commitment to and support of the Citizen Patrol program, I wouldn't be here and wouldn't have the enthusiasm for what it is I do. So thank you, Captain Gerard. And second of all, and certainly not the less, is my wife of 46 years, as you mentioned, Jody, who several years ago, we were thinking about my retirement, said, you have to have something to do so that we both can enjoy your retirement. So this is where I ended up, and I think she enjoys it as much as I do. The 1,400 hours last year, there was not one of those hours where she said, are you really going to do this again? She's been very supportive, and I thank you, Jody, so thank you for that. So anyhow, that's it, and here I am, but thank you.
All right. There we go. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Jeff, thank you for your dedication and for showing up for this community in all the ways that you do. Our city is better because of people like you. Next, I'd like to invite Councilmember Cynthia Moran up to the stage to recognize her unsung hero, Jace Capps. Jace, please join us. Grace. I may have a mic, but I'm not, and I don't need glasses. I really don't. How are you? I'm gonna let her talk all about you there.
Crap, I don't have my glasses. Hello, everybody. We're going to try to read this without my glasses. Grace is a longtime board member and the current strategic committee chair of the Chino Hills Community Foundation. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. No? That's okay. That's better. Okay.
There you go.
She also volunteers on the Chamber's Special Events Committee and helps to organize the annual Mayor Prayer Breakfast for over 1,000 attendees. Within Chino Hills, she was a charter member and treasurer of the Seroptimus International of Chino Hills and the Inland Empire, past board treasurer for the Ayala High School Band and Color Guard Boosters, and a national night out host. Outside of Chino Hills, she's a volunteer at the USO at Ontario Airport, Segerstrom Center for the Arts, and a choir member and events coordinator at Calvary Chapel. But Grace will tell you the achievement she is most proud of is raising her 2 children right here in Chino Hills. Watching them go through our Chino Hills schools and community programs to learn the skills and life values they need to thrive in their now adult lives. She loves that our community is built on people with ideas and a shared commitment to the common good. Grace and her husband, Ron, have been married for 33 years and Chino Hills residents since 1992. Grace, I want to thank you for all that you do. And just again, a little off script, if that's what we're doing here, Brian. You know, Grace is the epitome of unsung. She's extremely humble and professional, nothing like you and I, Peter. And, you know, when I got to know her when we started the home tour, I said, Peter, we got to get our claws in that one. She's good. She's a volunteer. She's amazing. You're a superwoman. And I know that you're on edge right now to be getting the limelight on you. So I'm not going to make you do she does hula too, by the way. Beautiful hula. But thank you for all you do for our community. And thank you for stepping up even more now that you're retired. So we're so lucky to have you. Love you, my friend. Thank you.
There. All right, we're right there in the middle. A little further. Yeah, there we go. All right. Thank you.
Oh, just us two now. Oh.
Just two. Yeah, there you go.
I forgot to let you say a few words. Silly me.
All right, 2 quick things, because I don't like all this attention. One, Cynthia, thank you very much for selecting me as your unsung hero. I value your friendship, and I value the time we spend together on the board for the Chino Hills Community Foundation. And second, I wouldn't be here if my husband Ron Capps and I made the decision to uproot our lives in Montebello, David Kramer knows where that is, and move here to Chino Hills in 1992. We had no idea what this town was all about, but thank you for building our life here, raising our kids, and for supporting me as we both serve our community. We love it here. Thank you.
Grace, thank you for being a dedicated volunteer in so many different areas of our community. Volunteers like you truly reflect the spirit of Chino Hills. Next, I'd like to invite Councilmember Ray Marquez up to the stage to recognize his unsung hero, Mike Donovan, who couldn't unfortunately be with us this evening. There you go. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I forgot to flip the page. I'm sorry.
So although Mike Donovan couldn't be or join us tonight, we have already presented him with his plaque to honor his decades of involvement with our community. Mike has owned Western Hills Golf Course and Country Club since 1987, and is generous, repeatedly opened its doors at no cost to the city to host Carbon Canyon community meetings and to the Fire Safe Council over the years. He even housed the fire department in the 1990s before our fire station in the canyon was built, provided Western Hills as a shelter for large animals when evacuations were ordered. He regularly partnered with our local schools, sports teams, and the Chamber of Commerce to host charity golf tournaments. But Mike has a passion about our community. Before we even became a city, he was a member of the original Chino Hills Incorporation Committee. And that's when I met him. I met him back in, probably when I first met him was in 1984. And this guy, regarding Little League, I was a Little League president, Little League coach. And when I had my casino night, I went to Mike, and I was expecting for him to hit me up for about $1,000 for rental fee. He didn't charge me anything. When I was on the fire board, we had a couple meetings that I wanted to host there at Western Hills, no cost. And then just a few months ago, I had a fire safe meeting after the major fires on the 6th of January. And again, I went to Mike, said, hey, I don't care what the cost is. We need to have a meeting here in Carbon Canyon. And just like Mike, don't worry about it, Ray, it's on me. So he's just that type of person over the years. He's been very supportive of this community. And like I said, we became a city back in 1991. And I was the inspector at the inspection polling place at Western Hills. So I know Gwen was our first mayor, and that was our first event as a city, was at Western Hills. And I just want to say thank you, Michael, for everything you've done for my city over the years. I truly appreciate it. Whenever we need you, Mike, you are always there. And I just want to say thank you. And Mike and his wife have been married for 42 years. They have 4 children together. They have 5 great-grandchildren. I'm sorry, 5 grandchildren. He's going to get mad at me for saying great-grandchildren. And though he can't join us tonight, we thank him for always being a good friend to our community. And I just want to say thank you, Mr. Mike Donovan, for everything. Thank you.
All right. Good. All right. Thank you, Ray. And while Mike couldn't be here tonight, his impact is felt like in many ways in this community, from the early days of incorporation to the ways he was quietly supported our schools and first responders. Next, I'd like to invite Councilmember Peter Rogers up to the stage to recognize his unsung hero, Paul Spitzieri. Excuse me. You want to just hold on? You want to hold on to this or leave? Okay, there you go.
All right. Thank you, Art. Welcome, Paul. Thank you all for being here. It's always a fun event to come to show off our city. Paul's passion for our Chino Hills community is clear in every volunteer role he takes on. For the past 10 years, he has served as Secretary-Treasurer for the Carbon Canyon Fire Safe Council and is currently Treasurer this year. He also helps fundraise for the Fire Safe Council and volunteers at brush drop-off events that helps keep our vulnerable hillsides from wildfire. Paul is a dedicated steward of Chino Hills history, so you might recognize him from that. He regularly researches, collects, and shares our community's history through different channels. He has been a speaker for the Chino Hills Historical Society for over 10 years. Who has come to his presentations over the years? I'm sure many of you have. In recent years, he also began volunteering as a docent for the city's Tres Hermanos property tours, helping us share the history and open space of the community. How many of you have had an opportunity to tour Tres Hermanos yet? So that's a special facility, special land that we have, and we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity eventually to come visit. We do tours 2 times a year at the moment. We're trying to keep it preserved, and Paul talks all about its history and its preservations. For 5 years, Paul has authored the Chino Valley Champion's History of the Hills column, producing a total of 60 columns that help educate and document and preserve our community's past for current and future generations. He also volunteers with the Chino Hills Community Foundation's annual Wine Walk event and has served as a past Little League coach. So thank you for all those volunteer efforts. He and his wife, Natalie, have called Sleepy Hollow home since 1997, and they raised their 2 children there. He credits his inspiration to the many residents who dedicate their time and talent every day to continually make Chino Hills better than it was yesterday. Well, Paul, it sounds like you're very active in the community, and we thank you for everything you do. And again, Paul does a wonderful job of being a docent. When we've had our tours at the Tres Hermanos property, and we've been encouraging him to come together and write up or get a book together, because he does so many awesome presentations on the nuances of our history in the Chino Valley, focusing many times on Carbon Canyon,
but just everything, just the history of the village system, Gordon Ranch, et cetera. So he knows all of this. He's our guy in the region, and he speaks at for different causes. And he did a nice little review when David and family hosted their 100-year anniversary a little over a month ago. So Paul is everywhere, and we want to thank you. And we're glad that we've created a little history as a city of Chino Hills. So with that, I'd like to present to you our plaque, our Unsung Hero plaque, to Paul Spitzieri. And you are one of our unsung heroes in the city of Chino Hills. So thank you, Paul. Okay, we'll do the photos first.
No, okay, the two of you first together. Up there. Move up a little more, please. I feel like. Okay, one more. Let's give him a chance to talk.
I mentioned to Paul, because he is used to speaking in front of large crowds, to keep it to 15 minutes. And Natalie said, do not say that to him. So here you go.
Well, thank you, Peter, for the nomination. I really appreciate it. Congratulations to David and Grace, Mike and Jeff as well. And it was my love of my life who brought me here in 1997 from Pomona, and it's been an amazing experience, great place to live, and it's just a privilege and honor and a pleasure to be able to serve in whatever way I can. So thanks again, everybody.
Thank you, Paul.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Art.
Thank you, Peter. All right. And thank you, Paul, for everything you do. If anybody that was at the Los Serenos event, the history you have, it's really wonderful. I know that I will be making a real effort to one of your next talks. They're really, really fantastic. So, all right. And in that same vein, thank you for all that you do, Paul. I'd like to ask the Unsung Heroes come to the stage after the ceremony ends so that we can take one group photo, if you mind. Now, thank you to everyone who joined us this evening. I appreciate Chair Thomas, the Chamber team, and all their assistants in this event. Thank you to our Chino Hills Community Foundation volunteers who hosted a bar at the fundraiser this evening. All the money raised gets reinvested directly into our community. I'd like to recognize the city's creative team, Valerie, Nicole, Brandon, and Edward, for all their hard work and the video and event. And by the way, Edward is a drone pilot, and you saw the stuff that was overhead tonight in that video. It was just unbelievable. Years and years ago, I think Ed got somebody, the sheriff's department, to fly him in a helicopter so he could get some shots above in the city. But now we don't have to do that. We've got our very own drone pilot. So, and lastly, I want to personally thank our many sponsors who have helped make this event possible, and hand the program over to Zeb Wellborn, who is the president of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, for a few words and to highlight those wonderful sponsors. So, Zeb. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mayor Bennett. It's an honor to host these events, these State of the City events in the State of the City for Chino Hills. We really appreciate that partnership and the work that we do with the City of Chino Hills and with Mayor Bennett. I was fortunate enough that he was a board chair when I took over the chamber several years ago, and it's been an honor to get to know him and to get to know this city and be able to serve this city as the president and CEO of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. Today's program would not have been possible without the help of our sponsors, so I want to take a moment to thank those sponsors. These are businesses that help engage and support in the community here in Chino Hills, and we really want to acknowledge and give them applause at the very end. So for our diamond sponsors, we have the City of Chino and Waste Management. Our platinum sponsors are Apex Homes, BAPS Hindu Temple, and BAPS Charities, Chino Valley Fire District, Chino Valley Fire Foundation, Health Service Alliance, Hensley Law Group, Inland Empire Utilities Agencies, Lake Los Serranos Company, Lewis Group of Companies, Let's Party Entertainment, Orange County's Credit Union, Prime Wash Express, Sun Joint Development, and Transtech Engineers. Can we give them all a huge round of applause, please?
Yeah.
And I also want to take this time to thank our chamber ambassadors and our staff, the city of Chino Hills, who helped with the registration check-in. And just like the city who thrives on volunteer support, the chamber too couldn't do what we do without the help of our staff and volunteers. So could we give them a round of applause too, please? And then the city, every year they provide something to take away and to take home. So this year, it's a portable charger you can attach to your keychain. So be sure you grab that on your way out. This is what it looks like. It's got a nice little emblem there, so make sure you take that on your way out. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for the City of Chino Hills for giving us the opportunity to host this day. Thank you all, and have a great evening.